Hey guys, Jessica Peterson here. I just got off the phone with your team and they accepted this free video on your behalf. Unfortunately, she hung up before I got a chance to get her name. But I'm super excited she accepted this for you guys because today I'm going to walk you through 3 strategies you can start applying right away, and it's going to make a huge impact on your business. And I know that it will because we've applied these same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys throughout the US, and it's made a huge impact on their business. I'm not just talking about a couple new customers. I'm talking about significant impacts where they're hitting goals they never thought were possible. So please feel free to take this information, run with it, and apply it today. And I know you're probably wondering why we even do these videos, and that is a fair question. And that's because I'm passionate about what you guys do. That you're out there every day helping people get their lives back. And so if I can give these videos to you guys can start applying them, landing more jobs and helping more people, then that's all that matters to me. So whether you want to take this information, run with it, and apply it yourself, or whether you'd rather focus on what you do best and hire somebody like us to help you get there, either way it doesn't matter as long as you're applying these tips and you're helping more people, okay? So right now you're only getting about 10 people organically to your website every month, and that means you're missing out on thousands of potential website visitors and over 70% of the available jobs every month by not actually having these strategies in place. So today we're going to talk about 3 things: content, citations, and backlinks, okay? So here we are on your website. You have a decent looking website. You got the basic foundations down, which is awesome. When it comes to your website and ranking a website, content is key, and you do need a lot of content. Google does require having separate pages for all of your major services, which it looks like you have, which is awesome. Google does require that because they want pages focused on that one service. It helps the Google algorithm to understand what's going on to help them help your customers, okay? Or help customers find you. It is also recommended that you have different service area pages. Looks like you have location pages, but service area pages for each of the major areas you service would also help you to drive more people to your website and to be found in each area you service for all of these services here. Now, Google sends crawlers to your website, which are like little mini robots. And so they go and scan all of these pages and all of this content throughout your whole website to try and understand what you guys are about, what type of services do you offer, and where do you offer those services, okay? So all of the written content as well as the image content needs to be optimized for that. So you can see here this says water copy with a bunch of gobbledygook here. So this is not an optimized image. You need your images to be optimized with local keywords as well as your written content, okay? Content is key. You need a lot of content, but not just any content. You need good quality content built around your services using local keywords. Content that is actually helpful for your customers. So not a bunch of just information, but what your customers are searching. How is it going to help them? Answer their questions. And it needs to be around those local keywords because 90% of people searching for your services don't know who you are. So they're not going to be looking your brand. They are going to be searching for water damage restoration, mold removal, fire damage, or any of the other services that you offer. That's what they're searching, and that's what you need to be found for. That's what your website needs to be coming up for, so that you can capture some of that 70% that you're missing out on, okay? So you do have a little bit of content here, but not nearly enough. It's great that you do have a form. This is just a very generic form, but If you were to put it above the fold at the very top, we've seen that people that do that get 80% more in conversions, okay? So placement on your website matters. We don't get a whole lot of time to capture their attention, so we gotta have the right type of content, the right calls to action to get people to convert when they finally do land on your site. Now, like I said, you do need a lot of content. This homepage, being the most important page of your website, ties all these pages together like a bow, okay? This needs at least 1,500 words or more of content. If your competitors have more than 1,500 words, you need more than they have. So if they have 1,500, you might want to try for 2,000, okay? So you need to dial in your content and keyword strategy to help Google understand what you're about and the areas that you serve. Now, if we look at your top competitor in Kansas City for water damage, we do have PowerDry, and they have a nice site as well. We know that they have separate service area pages, separate service pages. They've got long form blog content, click to call buttons. They have their form up at the top of the page. We can also see that they are looking at local keywords here. They're focusing on those local keywords I just mentioned. So these guys also don't have enough content, so you definitely need more than they have. And so having more pages, more of these long form blog articles, better quality content, all of those things are going to put you in a good position to be more competitive and eventually be able to outrank these guys. Now, when your customers do a search, we know they're going to do a search something like this, okay? And when they do, your website has the opportunity to show up in 3 different major areas. The first is going to be ads. And those could be your cost per click ads, like this one for ServPro, or it could be local service ads. Both could be a great opportunity for you guys as long as your processes are dialed in and you have the proper landing pages. If not, it could kind of be a money pit for you guys. Now, the second section here, this is your Google My Business profile, the Google Map Pack, and you want your business to be one of these top 3 businesses here when people do those searches for each of your service in the area you serve. Because 30% of people come straight here and don't go anywhere else. So if you're not one of these top 3 companies, you're quite literally handing every single job over to your competitors. So in order to get your profile up here into the top 3, there are many factors, but the most important are your citations. That is simply listing the name of the business, the address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories. Directories are things like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Glassdoor, even social media pages, Angie's, Home Advisor, House. All of those are great citations. So you need more of those than your competitors. As always, when you're competing against competition, we have to do better than they're doing if you want to outrank them. And this third section here is the most important section, and that's because this is the organic section where 70% of people skip everything else. They'll skip the ads, they'll skip the maps, and they come right here. So you need your website to be showing up here where a majority of people are searching. So in order for your website to show up here in organics and capture as much of that 70% as possible, it all comes down to the foundation of your website. Having this website properly built and optimized with the right content and keyword strategy, and then supporting that with a backlink strategy, okay? So this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to tell us how your website is performing. And we can see here you guys have a rating of an 8 out of 100 in Google's Trust Flow, which isn't the worst I've seen, okay? But it also means that Google doesn't trust your website. And yes, that does have to do with the quality of your website, but more so the power we send to our website. Your website is a tool. And like every other tool we use, they require power. So we send power to your website with backlinks. So we need a lot of good quality backlinks. Not all backlinks are created equal. This is a popularity contest. So yes, you could try and go and get backlinks from Burger King and Pizza Hut, but because you don't serve food, even though those are high quality websites, they're not going to help you. They'll hurt you more than they can help you. So we need to focus on relatable backlinks from other service area businesses, vendors, etc. And when you get those good quality links, it's going to help boost this up. Google's going to trust your website. It's going to help promote your website to help it rank higher. Okay. Now, because your website doesn't have a whole lot of content or real keyword strategy, you've only been indexed for 19 keywords and you're only getting 10 people to your website. So you're missing out on thousands in traffic and over 70% of jobs every month by not having these strategies in place. Now, when we look at your keywords, there's 10 spots per page on Google. Okay. So the only thing you're actually ranking for is your brand. And again, that's only 10% of people, if that are searching for help. Okay, so we have to focus on those local keywords. And while you do have a couple here that are actually indexed, none of them are ranking. So you definitely need to focus on your content and keyword strategy so we can get them ranking, get your website visible, get more deals. Okay, if we look at your competitor, they have a rating of a 19 with over 900 backlinks. But a lot of these are spammy. Okay, so you don't have to go after the spammy ones, but you do need better quality than they have. So we want to get better quality and more than they have. But they have a lot more pages, a lot of long form blogs. So they have an index for over 600 keywords, and they're getting over 1,600 people every single month to their website. Okay, and that is because when we look at these keywords, they are ranking on the first page of Google for majority of these local keywords. And yes, they do have some branded, but they also have a ton of local buyer intent keywords. And you can see there's tons of local volume for these keywords. There's thousands every single month that you're missing out on. So can you beat these guys? Absolutely. It's just going to take some work. Okay. So please feel free to take this information, run with it, apply it yourself, and start helping more people each and every month. But if you'd like to focus on what you do best and have a partner to help you get there, at Peterson SEO, this is what we do. This is our specialty. We specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So please feel free to reach out, ask questions, respond to my email, give us a call, shoot us a text, and definitely give us some feedback. What did you think of this video? Because we're always trying to improve. So thank you so much for watching, and I do look forward to hearing from you soon.